right?
So when they exit, it'll be them and then Alex, Jenna, and you guys will start, and then it'll come in from there. Does that make sense? So when's the last steps? It'll be you guys. So yay, you're married. Okay, exit. There you go.
Woo! And you're supposed to go fast.
Are you guys dipping or anything?
Is Mimi's hair supposed to be jacked up like that in the back? I don't know.
Which one is he?
Different time basketball.
Is that the guy?
Look like a ram.
I think I was talking to him.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
Hey, Tom. If she wants the piano played, it needs to be played. That's all I'm saying.
Are you gonna have it tomorrow, the piano playing? What? Are you gonna have the piano playing tomorrow when you walk out?
Yeah.
So you live in Alabama as well?
I do.
I think we're going to be fine.
We have the easiest job.
Or All right, so what's this table talking about?
We're talking about the songs.
The song. So this is the music table.
This is my girls. They've got tenor, soprano, alto. They've got it all covered.
All right, let's hear a little number. Y'all got something worked out?
Well, you know, we're still stuffing our face.
I'll get you started.
We gotta save it for the wedding.
Oh,
So it
okay.
can be spectacular.
All right. I may not be in the same key. Does this table have anything to say to the?
Are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording.
Anna, I just have something to sing for you.
Something to sing.
Come over
Okay,
here.
is this a garbage man singing or is this a mailman?
I'll never get over you. I'm so excited for y'all.
That was not terrible.
I know. And I can't wait for tomorrow to celebrate y'all. I love y'all. Charlie, what do you have to say?
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
everybody.
Jackson had his nose fixed. He's coming off his nose job, so he's a little nasally. Camera's got roll tie. So this looks like the gossip table. Is this the gossip table?
Those two probably.
There's no telling what they're talking about.
Kidney stone.
Swapping recipes, I hope. Somebody out of this bunch do some fried chicken. This looks like the wisdom, the area of wisdom.
We got Alaska and Alabama. We got the A's almost covered. You can find somebody from Arizona.
Alaska and Alabama. So you can kill a turkey in Alabama and freeze it in Alaska and preserve it forever. Oh, there you go. Good deal. Who has the best Anna story at this table? This is Anna's table. Who's got the best Anna story? I'll take the top two.
I mean, Jen definitely probably does.
I do for sure, but can I tell it on camera? Probably not.
You can kind of edit it a little bit.
Censor.
But she told me, the story that came to mind was one of the ones that she told me
You gotta talk loud.
if she ever got a boyfriend, we could not tell him. So I can't, I'm trying to think of another one. The only other one that comes to mind was one time when we were in the mountains. Like it was all of us together as a family, and we were like, we're gonna go outside and get in the hot tub because there's no hot tub in the indoor pool and it was like freezing cold outside. And so we go outside and she jumps in the freezing cold pool. That, and then when she was driving in Chattanooga, and she cried.
Oh my God.
She cried.
We were
She
planning
what?
for just a fun sisters weekend. And it got a little stressful towards the end. It was during COVID, so many places were closed. We had tried to find somewhere to eat and just had failed time and time again. And so, of course, she's distraught. I've just navigated us to the same place over and over again. And we all look up and we're driving on the wrong side of the road.
There's cars coming.
And we were like, oh no.
Was she driving?
And you know, she's just wailing.
And she's cried.
She's just holding on to the steering wheel, and I just was like, are we on the wrong side of the road?
And I was like,
and
yeah,
she was like,
we are today.
And me and Sophie just looked at each other.
Yeah, that was a memorable trip. But we finally got food and all was well.
There you go. So how do y'all know Anna? How do y'all tie in?
I worked with Anna at Wilson for 3 years.
Oh yeah? Okay.
We met at church many years ago.
Okay. I'm her uncle, by the way. In case, I'm not just some guy that picked up a video camera off the street, came here for the food. I'm not a wedding crasher. Who wants to share a good story? This is the Tyler table, right? Okay. Who wants?
Need to give me a minute. There's a lot of them.
All right.
A lot of Tylerisms.
Tyler, this is Tyler Talk.
Tylerisms.
It's time for Tyler Talk.
Where do we start? I can start.
Yeah.
Just go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Whenever
live.
I was a freshman in high school, we were at my grandparents' house
house playing football, and Tyler threw the football really hard, and I didn't catch it, and it broke my finger. And so then we waited a couple weeks, but then whenever he came over one night, we told him, guess what, you broke my finger, and he didn't believe me. And we made him hold my cat that he hates, and
So
consequence.
Tyler's the reason that you never made it to the WNBA.
Pretty much.
He ruined your athletic career.
Yeah, he did.
Well,
I got one. He used to live in the garage apartment above the garage.
did anybody know he was living there?
They did, yeah.
So they did know.
But they didn't
He wasn't
know,
a vagrant.
No, they didn't know that he was also living with some squirrels. And so some squirrels got in there. And one time, I think he came home and there was just a squirrel looking at him on the couch or something like that. And he called my mom and I, and he was too scared to chase it out. And so we did it for him.
Really?
Protect him from the squirrel.
Yeah, we did.
So he breaks fingers and he's scared of squirrels. Okay. You got one? Talk loud because it's
It was right before he left. My friend and I took his keys, went into his car, and we glitter bombed it. And it was like summer, so it was like 100 degrees out. We get to his car and cranked the AC. And I exploded. Ask him about it.
All the glitter just came out of the AC.
all right. So between you and her, he kind of broke even, right?
He did.
All right. Well, there you go. That's the way it should work. Yes.
Okay, you're very excited that Tyler has met Anna and found the love of his life, but he has deprived us of the joy of him being a contestant on The Bachelor. We have his bio ready, we had everything ready to go, and he even submitted his name.
On Farmer Wants a Wife.
Farmer Wants a Wife. I mean, we were ready to go. So he's deprived us of the joy of seeing him
So you're seriously going to try to make him a contestant?
No, he had an actual profile. The kids submitted an application in his name. With
Oh, he was in the pool.
Registered him as,
He's in the pool to be on the show.
we registered him as a flower farmer. Yeah.
Flower farm.
Flower farmer.
Is that true?
He says he farms flowers.
Okay.
That didn't pan out. Bachelor was next. We were right in the bio.
It's true.
Man, where he could have been.
TV. I know.
Yeah. Man. All right. Anybody else?
we're good.
I was gonna say we always enjoyed. You always knew where Tyler was because he was always singing. And so we actually made a playlist.
We had a playlist.
Yeah, it was every
time Tyler sings, an angel gets his wings.
I guess a wonderful life.
Yeah.
There you go.
So he'd sing a couple lines from a song, we'd add it to the playlist.
But most of those songs, he literally knew one or two lines.
Yeah.
And then he would hum for a while, but then he'd get back to the chorus and he'd sing the one or two lines that he knew, and then, so.
We had another It's a Wonderful Life reference over there because they walked down the aisle to Same Old Lang Syne.
Yeah.
Yeah, so It's a Wonderful Life. There you go.
Oh, this is an old Tyler picture.
That's Tyler.
That's Tyler.
That's on the commune, right?
Might be.
Peace, love, and whatever else.
Yeah.
What age is he there?
That's high school, early 20s.
That's a good dude.
Yeah.
It's a good dude if you can do it. All right. Anybody? Thank you very much.
Started. My name's Caroline. I'm Anna's cousin and one of her bridesmaids. I'm so excited to be here to celebrate y'all. Anna, we've shared so many great memories through the years, from our talent shows at Mimi's houses to our joy rides in the Prius, our mini line dances, and constantly singing Miranda Lambert and Taylor Swift on repeat. And you know the songs that I'm talking about. And so does Marty. That hasn't got out of your head since our Disney World trip. But we've been dreaming about this day ever since we drove the golf cart to the wedding arch and talked about our weddings as little girls, and now your wedding arch day is finally here. One thing that has been clear about you throughout your life is your strong faith in the Lord and care for others, and it's such a blessing that you've chosen someone that shares those same values, and y'all can build your marriage on that strong foundation. Tyler, we're so excited to have you part of our family, and I can't wait to see how the Lord blesses y'all, and I'm so excited for tomorrow. And I love y'all.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's get in here. All right. Am I supposed to go up front or? Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I'm a pastor. Yeah. All right. Usually he's one that goes on your face. Anyway, yeah. Found out we were going to do this a couple minutes ago, so here we are. But my name's Connor. I'm one of Tyler's best friends. I've known Tyler for, I don't want to do the math, but since we met back in 2017 in Alaska. We've done a ton of life together. We've had really high highs, we've had really low lows. I've had it up to here with him. Thank you so much. Thank you, because he's short. Yeah.
We'll be here all night.
I'm sure we all do that. Many of us thought that the kneeling platform was a thing for him to stand on so he could kiss Anna. So, but here we are. We are here to celebrate you guys. Yeah, so Tyler has been a dear friend of mine. Again, when I moved to Alaska, I had nobody. Was dating my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. Moved up there with nobody. Had no family, had no friends, and Tyler was one of those first people who took me in, who welcomed me into a community that he already had there. Friends loved on me well, challenged me theologically. We learned so much at that little bitty Bible college in Alaska. He graduated a year before me and took me to seminary with him. Believe it or not, the way Tyler is dressed right now was the exact same way he used to dress in the middle of Palmer, Alaska. The first time I saw him wear sweatpants was almost a year after I met Tyler. He's just that kind of guy, but he has always been incredibly professional, incredibly humble. He's the guy I look up to, kinda. I'm so appreciative of him. We've had moments, so many moments, where we've talked through what's going to take place tomorrow. We can make jokes and we'll have plenty more fun later this evening, but many nights in a hot tub looking at the stars in Alaska. That sounds kind of weird, but you need to know the context that you don't know. But many nights of just talking and at times lamenting and at times processing the difficulty of singleness, and we've all experienced that to some extent. Tyler's a great friend and a lover of God, and we've prayed about this for a very long time, Anna, and so I clearly, literally just met you like an hour and a half ago. I am so excited to get to know you and your family. On behalf of Tyler, our friend group, we are so excited to get to know you. We love you so dearly, and thank you guys for allowing us to be a part of this. So we're praying for you guys. We love you guys. I did. I'm sorry. They did it to me, so I figured that was the right thing to do.
All right, here we go. Okay, so I thought I was gonna get up here, wing it, but then I was like, maybe better not. So I took some notes. But my name is Mallory, for the many of you that might not know me. I'm one of Anna's really good friends, and I actually first met Anna when my family had just kind of moved to a different church. We met at a winter camp. So I was in youth. I was like in 9th grade, okay? So my first impressions of this girl, she was like one of the first girls I really met at Underwood, the church that we have then gone to with one another for the last several years, was, oh, this girl is so genuine. She is so easy to talk to. And also, I always want to be on the same team as her when we play any card games, okay? Because if you know Anna, you know she is competitive and she is going to play that game right. And oftentimes she's going to win. So like, I always wanted to be on her team. Our friendship bloomed over a Kemp's relationship. We had like the best sign. And over time, I learned that a love for Jesus. We were at a winter camp, of course, so we were there, you know, to get close to the Lord and meet new friends. And also a good Kemp's relationship is a great foundation for a friendship. So what started as that just grew into a relationship and a friendship that I'm so thankful for. So I know now, let's skip down a little bit. So yeah, our friendship really kept growing from there. Anna was a dear friend with me through my high school years, through just a lot of life. It's crazy as I was writing this just to like look back at all of life and to know that we've gone through so much life together. We prayed for this moment together. We cried together, sang together, all the things. And to know that you've been just one of my most faithful friends through this whole last season of life. And we've done a lot of celebrations together, a lot of Christmas Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day, birthdays, all the things.
And throughout all our seasons of life, I think this one's probably one of my most favorites. Just a season of a lot of prayers being answered. And as I was just preparing to come down here for the wedding, as I just got married to my husband not too long ago, so I'm very new to the whole marriage life thing, but I just wanted to say, throughout our whole entire friendship, she is an encourager, she's a faithful friend, and just thinking about your marriage together has just made me so excited. Anna, I'm so grateful to have walked through so many seasons of life with you throughout our friendship. You've been there through the good, the hard, and it's been a joy to be that friend for you as well. So thank you for being that friend that I can invite to all the family functions, and for being that joy just constantly. To Tyler, I know I haven't known you for very long, but from the moment that I did meet you, I knew, like, this is Anna's person. And it was just the sweetest thing to see just that time of her fervent prayer just being answered in you. So thank you for that. Thank you for loving her well, for leading her well. It means a lot to me as her friend. And I know I can say that on behalf of all of her girls, all of her bridesmaids and her family that love her. And you were such an answered prayer, so I'll just leave it at that. Thinking about marriage and just, I'm very new to it, of course, but we are all praying for a wonderful wedding day. It's going to be perfect, not just because, you know, the day is going to be so sweet, the music's great, and it's going to be a precious ceremony that I'm so excited to be a part of, but because this is your prayers being answered. This is the day that you're going to marry the man that God made for you and you for him, and I'm just so excited to cheer y'all on in that, and we're all also excited to be witness to that tomorrow. And so I just wish y'all a lifetime of happiness, a lifetime of love and growing together and serving the Lord, and I'm so pumped to see where he's going to take you. So I love you both so much.
Hello, I'm Keaton. Hi, Amy. I'm Keaton. I'm Anna's cousin and her bridesmaid. So growing up with Anna, she was the only one. She was the oldest cousin and the only one with the phone. So that was a very big job to have, and it must have been really hard on you having all that storage being stripped from your phone. We'd spend hours making videos on our phone. Videos that never need to be seen ever again, like just delete them. I would take her phone and insist on playing What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction over and over and over again. We even tried to write our own songs, but fortunately they have never been released. Like Caroline said, there was a little tree arch in Mimi and Granddaddy's front yard. We named it the Wedding Arch, clearly foreshadowing tomorrow. Although we didn't picture it with chairs, flowers, and our imaginary groom was also a member of One Direction. But looking back, it was kind of perfect that we spent so much time playing under that little tree arch, because tomorrow, Anna, you're walking into your real love story. And Tyler, thank you for being her person, the one who makes her laugh and reminds her every day that she is beautiful. Even if you don't know you're beautiful, but that's what's make you beautiful. So I'm so happy for you both, and I pray the Lord blesses you with a long and happy marriage.
This is your worst nightmare. I'm actually an introvert, so I'm not one for speeches. So I'll in the spirit, given that this speech is about Tyler, I'll keep it short. So I met Tyler about when did you move to Texas? 2019? 2018. So it was right after that. I didn't really like him at first. Kind of thought he was rude
and a jerk, but you know how, like when a little boy's like in kindergarten or first grade and he's got a crush on a girl and he doesn't really know how to express it, so he's like mean to her and like he pushes her down. That's kind of how Tyler treats me. So I just take it as love. So, but yeah, I'm so glad we finally met. Yeah, I'm up here to affirm everything you've told your mother about me. So, in all seriousness, he's become one of my best friends. He has been a huge encouragement to me. I don't think I know anybody, not just our age, anybody in pastoral ministry with a more pastoral heart than Tyler. I think he genuinely, he talks about, the guy loves doing funerals, for crying out loud. Who loves doing funerals? He just loves his people. And I genuinely admire that about him. I wish I had the heart for people that he had. It's not like I hate people, but I hate some of them, but like Tyler. But I do try and, I've never actually told you this. There have been moments in my time at my church where I have asked myself, how would Tyler handle this situation? And I try to do what I think you would do. Because I do genuinely think you have very natural pastoral instincts and you have a natural heart that loves people and knows how to shepherd them well. I admire that about you. You've modeled that for your church. You've treated me that way, genuinely. You've been there for me in some pretty heavy moments. And I won't forget that. I know that we'll probably never see each other again after tomorrow. But I will always appreciate that, and I will appreciate your heart, and I will always try and be the minister to people that you are. So that's what I'm saying.
First of all, if y'all don't know how we met Anna, I'd like to share that story. Anna came to Toke on a missions trip. No, she went to Circle, and I didn't go. Jeff took a team to Circle, Alaska, and he came back telling me about the team, but who he talked most about was Anna. And I just loved her because he loved her. And then she came back the next year, and I got to meet her, and we just fell in love with Anna way before Tyler did. And she became part of our little family, me and Jeff and Anna, and she started coming as our summer intern and spent 2 summers with us and come back a couple years ago. And I remember thinking, when Anna gets married, she'll go live her life, and we'll probably talk to each other once a year or something like that. You know, Christmas card now and then. And now she's part of our family. And I just can't believe it because, as Jeff's always said, she was like a daughter to us, and now you are a daughter to us. And also just, Tyler has been lonely for so long, waiting for his person. He's been very picky with who, you know, he just knew he was going to wait for the right person. And we never dreamed it would be Anna. And it just goes to show you how amazing God is, and the prayers we've prayed since our children were small, that they would find that special person. And we're just so thankful that all 3 of our kids have now found that person in their life. But just seeing Tyler find Anna and the love they have for each other, it still amazes me. After they dated for probably 3 months, I still was like, I still just can't believe it. It just hasn't registered in my head that Tyler and Anna Mosley are dating. So then to get to be here and be with your family, and instantly felt like family, the ones that I've got to be around. And Mimi took us into her home, and it just felt like being at Mom and Dad's house. And I'm just so thankful for this answered prayer. Thank you.
As the only black person Tyler's ever seen, I feel like I have to talk. I'll never forget the first time Tyler saw me. He came up to me and he had this awe on his face at Southwestern Seminary, and I couldn't figure out, he's just never seen a black person. Quite a way to start a speech. Tyler is like my Holy Spirit. Let me tell you why. Tyler got me an internship that really changed the trajectory of pastoral ministry for me. I learned a lot from Tyler. We spent a lot of time just hanging out when we were in seminary together. Kyle and Connor were married, and then Clayton was just kind of doing whatever. And so Tyler and I spent a lot of time together and got to know each other. Tyler actually told me to marry my wife. Told me, Chris, you need to pursue this young lady. And last report, we're married. And Tyler's been with me along the way. He's been an encouragement, just like Clayton said. But Tyler talks me off a ledge about once every 4 to 5 weeks. I will call Tyler and say, I'm ready to quit. I hate this. What can I do next? And he will say, you're going to stay where you are and be faithful. And that's just a testament to who Tyler is. He's a really faithful guy. I don't say this to flatter you because I don't really care about your feelings. But Tyler is, out of all the people I know, he has the highest character of anyone I've ever met. Is always looking to do things the right way by the book in a godly manner. And Tyler, you just rub off on the people around you, and I want you to understand that we all admire you, we love you, and you're going to be the problem in the marriage. Anna's perfect, so let me please give you some advice. I'm going to try to be serious now. There's a verse in Ephesians 5 where Paul is saying that a husband shall love his wife as himself, who hates his own flesh. And I would just challenge you to spend time thinking about that. As you're a married man and you want to do things a certain way, you're used to operating a certain way of your own. I know you very well, buddy. As a husband, as a leader, I know you're going to be a good leader, but continue to think about that. What does it mean to love her as yourself? I'm very confident in you as a pastor, as a man. I'm looking forward to seeing what God does in your marriage. But please don't move to Alaska. I've got a spot for you in Houston, Texas, if you want to come work with me. Tyler always said, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm a Baptist preacher. I can talk all day. Tyler always said our names are going to be written in the history books next to each other. And in all seriousness, I would love that. But at the end of the day, Tyler, who has been a part of my life, we go down together doing ministry together. Maybe not in the same city, but in the same ways. That'd be awesome. So very happy for y'all. Thanks for letting me bring some diversity to your wedding. And let's have fun tomorrow.
I wasn't going to. So I'm Anne Marie. I'm the old bridesmaid. Probably the funny one that's on the movie Bridesmaids too, or I try to be. Not as, well, I am the troublemaker too. So there's that. My iron. Ann and I'm not going to cry, I'm not doing it. I met Ann on a mission trip in New Orleans. And boy howdy, there's nothing that'll bring you closer to one another than on a mission trip in New Orleans. And that summer, I knew that this was going to be my iron. She was going to sharpen me, my accountability partner, my prayer warrior. And you have been prayed for, Tyler. We have prayed that the Lord, if He would provide a person, it would be someone who loved Him, that would lead her, that would guide her, that would take care of her, that would mesh with her. But to understand that she is also His creation too, and she has strengths. Who knows, y'all may both be a missionary somewhere, but you have been prayed for by so many people in this room. Don't stop being someone's iron. You were younger than me, but you could talk to me in a way that could strengthen me. And we've prayed for so many extra prayers.
many of which have come true this week. And so, I love you, friend. And wherever the Lord plants you both, I hope that you pour into each person that you meet just like you have poured into these people and those people and those people. Don't stop loving God and loving people, because that's what we're here to do. Congrats.
You knew it was going to happen. So usually when I'll, talk about somebody, whether it's a funeral or a wedding or whatever, I always try to just take one word to help describe a person. And for Tyler, I was like, it's dramatic? No, that can't be it. I'll say passion. Passion. When Tyler first came to Texas, all of a sudden, I didn't know the guy. I was friends with Connor at the time, and he just burst into the cafeteria. Oh my goodness, Connor, I just got to tell you something right now. I was like, all right, this guy's fired up about something. But that's who Tyler is. Tyler is all about passion. My grandpa used to say, you're either a light dimmer or you're just a light switch. And what he meant by that is that when the light dimmer, people could just be able to have these different percentages of passion. But when you're a light switch, you're either all in or you're all out. And that's Tyler. When you love hard, you love really hard. When you don't like something, you let everybody know it. Boy, don't you. Tyler has been one of the greatest people I have ever met. He has just got a great spirit for people. Me and him, whether talking about Baptist politics or anything like that, me and him, man, we'll just go at it, whether it's on the same page and I feel like we're going to steamroll everybody in our way, or if we don't see eye to eye on each other and it feels like it's World War III going against each other. But he is my brother. And then one day, he just could not stop talking about this Ann Mosley. I was like, well, buddy, if you like her so much, why don't you marry her? And he's like, well, that's what I'm going to do. And I said, well, that's going to be true because that's who Tyler is. When he's in, he's all in. He's been all in on the Lord. He's been all in on our friendships. And I know he's going to be all in on you. And so thank you for taking care of him. Thank you for reining him in. But most importantly, as I tell all my friends, when you know you found the one, when the woman always makes you into a better man of God, to help lead better, to help love better, and just to be able to be a better person. I know Tyler's done that in all our lives, and thank you for making Tyler a better man. I appreciate it.
My name's Heath. If you don't recognize my name, it's because you looked at the wedding website a couple months before I was invited in. But I'm here now, and that's what matters, right, Tyler? Everybody makes mistakes. Tyler makes more than most, but it is a privilege to be here. Tyler and I have known each other for 20 years now, almost, and one of my favorite memories, an initial memory with Tyler, was on a seat of a bus, and Tyler was in trouble with the girl he was dating in middle school, and he's never been good at getting out of that, and I don't think that he will be at any point. But something that I love about Tyler is all of us have been mean to him because that's his sense of humor. He is the kind of person that you can be crazy, ridiculous with, and the next moment you're talking about something so serious and you don't really know how you got from one thing to another so quickly. But I've found in my marriage that things are really hard at moments and things are really great at moments. And if you have somebody that can only do one of those things, it's really hard. And I respect a lot that Tyler is one of the funniest people I know and one of the most serious people I know. And we spent some time together in the last couple of weeks. And I felt like we were playing golf, and in one moment we were saying something that I'm glad no one in this room could have heard. And the next moment we were talking about life, we were talking about your marriage and what was coming and how excited he was about it. And I think that Tyler's a great man. And I think that he's going to be the kind of person that on the best days, you got a good guy with you. And on the worst days, you got a good guy with you. And so, thanks for making the right decision and having me here this weekend. And Anna, thank you for agreeing to this for whatever reason you decided to. All right?
My name is Amy Mosley. For those of you that might not know who I am, I'm Anna's mother, and Anna has been a joy to us for over 28 years now. And we had a habit of talking on the phone while I was on my way to work, and she would still be in bed or in the shower. And she said, Mama, this was in September, she said, I did a bad thing last night. I said, you did? What was it? She said, I talked on the phone until 2 a.m. I said, to who? And she said, Tyler Sulfridge, Jeff and Shelley's son. I said, okay. And he told me that he had been trying to get his friend to reach out to me, and he finally just decided, well, if he wasn't going to do it, he would. And so a few days passed and time went on, and they met in Nashville, and Anna said, I don't think Tyler's going to handle the distance very well. He seems a little apprehensive, you know, about the distance we are apart. And then a little more time passed, and I've told her in the past, because you know you have to kiss a few frogs to find your prince. And I've always told her, I said, when love comes, it comes fast, and it comes when you least expect it. And it'll be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. And so I told my husband, when I told him about the phone call, I said, she'll end up marrying him. And here we are. I've enjoyed getting to know Tyler and becoming his Mama Mosley. And we've enjoyed life together so far and got through some tedious moments, haven't we? Yeah, but it'll all be great. And I've enjoyed gaining my new family from Alaska and from Second Baptist in Clinton, Tennessee. And I think they have a bright future, as you know, with their eyes on the Lord. Thank you.
Did you turn this on? Okay. So I'm also speaking tomorrow night. So I gotta keep some of the juicy stuff in, you know. Well, if you know me, I don't like people. I don't. And so I was gonna get up here and talk about all of Anna's ex-boyfriends, but some of them I was like, not a fan. And so when Tyler came around, when I heard about Tyler, we were sitting at Caroline's rehearsal dinner, and she was like, I have a sister secret for you. And I was like, okay. So we were sitting there, and I was like, what is it? And she goes, I'm going to go to Nashville to see this guy. And I was like, okay. And so then I also heard about the 2 a.m. phone call, and I was like, girl. And and so I met Tyler, and I was like he's nice. But the short time, this is gonna make me cry. But the short time I've known Tyler, he has become one of my best friends. He has seen me through a breakup, got to hear all of my wonderful God stories, and just growing up, I just knew Anna needed somebody perfect for her, and he showed up and he just fit right in. And so I'm so excited to have a front row seat for your new life together, and I'm so excited. But and y'all pray for me tomorrow, because Lord knows if I'm crying now, it's going to be so much worse.
how this song is so fun and most people. Okay, I'll put it back to
I didn't want to say anything that my dad was going to say, so I waited a little bit. But how many of you guys know what the show Farmer Wants a Wife is? How many of you guys know that Tyler was an applicant, like, what, 2 years ago? Yeah. Did any of y'all have any guesses what kind of farmer he said he was? Just out of curiosity. He said he was a flower farmer. So, I guess y'all will have a really beautiful garden there in Clinton. No, but in all seriousness, I think Tyler moved whenever I was a junior in high school, and so he came to our church and he got pretty involved pretty quick. One thing that's pretty crazy is that I've never seen anyone, everyone in my family except me is pretty introverted, and so I've never seen anyone become that close to my family in that short of a time. So that was really, really cool. Whenever I introduce myself to other people and I get to know them, I always talk to them about, I kind of have an older brother, but not quite. And I tell them about Tyler. And so a lot of my friends, they know about Tyler. They know about the squirrel that lived in the apartment and all that stuff. There was the squirrel in the apartment that he lived above my parents' garage, and he did not like that squirrel, and so my mom and I had to chase it out of there while he waited downstairs. So if you guys have any squirrels, I guess you'll probably be doing the chasing. But another thing that I really appreciate about Tyler is that while I was in high school, hanging out with friends and just away, and then while I was at college too, you were a really good brother to my younger brother when I wasn't able to be there, or just wasn't there. And so I really do appreciate that. He's had a really big impact on the older people at First Baptist Keller. He's had a really big impact on a lot of the younger kids in middle school that he was the pastor there for a while. And so I just think that's really cool because a lot of people kind of tend to gravitate towards kind of one particular group of people. You just love all people. And so I really love that about you, and I was really excited when we got to go in March to go meet Anna because I knew that had to be a pretty special lady. So it was really funny the day that he texted my family, because we have a group chat with all of us and him. He sent us a picture of them two in his truck, and he's like, I got a truck and a girl. He's like, just need a beer and a dog, and my country song's complete. So yeah, he got 2 dogs. That's right. So yeah, he's but no, all my family, we're really, really happy for you, and my brother and I are super honored that you asked us to be with you guys up there. And so yeah, we're praying for you. We love y'all, and can't wait to show Anna some of Tyler's stomping grounds, I guess, for a while. So yeah, congratulations.
When we first started our little pumpkin patch, how old were you? 12. Wow. And is she 28 really? Oh wow. Because I looked at Cindy back there and I said, 28, is that right? I also taught Anna in 1st grade. And I also taught Jenna in 1st grade.
In my 1st grade room, where I had 1st grade.
Yeah, and there's lots of funny stories we could tell about school, but that has nothing to do with them. But when we first opened our pumpkin patch, I asked Anna if she wanted to work for us, and she was very excited. She said yes. We didn't have a store, which we do now. We sold hot dogs out of a closet. Until the health department got a hold of us. And really that was kind of a accident. We were cooking hot dogs on a rotisserie for us, for our lunch. And then people came up and said, can we buy a hot dog? And so that's how that kind of started. But Anna, gosh, you did all kinds of things there, but she eventually ended up in the store running the cash register. And
she was a little thing up there running the cash register. Probably before she could even drive, Amy would drop her off and pick her up. And then as soon as Jenna could come, she came and worked in the paint barn. And then they all helped us round up the grandkids when they started. Macy is about to be 16 this month. And she was what we call the pumpkin patch orphan. And when we got really busy, we didn't always know where she was, so we kind of depended on those to keep up with her. And I remember one day somebody came and they said, there's this little girl in the bathroom and she needs some help. And so I go to the bathroom and I just kind of say, are you okay in there? And it's Macy sitting in there, and she goes, I need somebody to wipe my bottom. And I said, oh, honey, why are you using this bathroom? Come in the store and use the bathroom. So she was our little orphan, but Jenna and Anna helped babysit her. And when we had the restaurant, Anna waited on tables too. We were open on Sunday. Marty and Amy and your mom and daddy were our good customers. They came every week, I think, just about. So when I heard that Anna was getting married, I was so happy for her. And now that I've met Tyler, I can understand why she's in love with him. I feel like I'm already in love with him too. He seems like a great guy. So congratulations to you both. And I like to go up towards the Gatlinburg area, and I hope when I do that I'll get to come by and see you guys. So congratulations.
Well, I mean, there are first just so many people that I just kind of I know we got everybody from really all different places. But the table back here, this is the Norris family, and I moved in with them in 2018 when I moved to seminary. About a month before I got to Texas, I called the seminary and I was like, hey, I'm gonna be in there in the fall, and they told me that their housing was full. It wasn't, but that's what they told me, and so I called the pastor that I was going to be working for and said, I'm trying to find a place to live. What do I do? And he asked the Norris family, Chris and Holly, if they had a place available, and they have a garage apartment, an apartment just above their garage, and I moved in with them, and we very quickly got close. Will back here in the white button up, he's not going to say much. But as I was moving my stuff in, he said, oh no, he looks like a partier. Like I'm showing up to go to seminary and I go to bed at 9 p.m. No parties here. So, but we became very, very close. Their kids, Jeffrey, Allie, and Will, are very much like little siblings to me. I love all three of them. Julie here is Holly's sister. I did her son's wedding 2 summers ago now. So this is the Norris family. They are incredible. They are very much my family. And so when Anna and I started planning this, I said, man, I want to treat the Norrises like family because they've treated me like that for so long. On this table, Carrie and Candy, they have been a huge part of my life since we joined Second when I was 11. And our family, you know, we're not always super close with our family in Kentucky. Second has been my family since I was 11. That church means the world to me, and Carrie and Candy do too. They let Anna stay there every time she came in, and we would sit on the couch. They would talk to us way later than we wanted to stay up and talk. We were ready to go to bed at 9, but they like to stay up later, which was hard on both of us. But they're incredible. The guys that have spoken tonight, we were all together at seminary, and they really have just impacted my life. I love every one of them. Fletcher's my best man. He'll speak tomorrow. But I've bounced around a lot over the last few years in Alaska, 2 different places, and Palmer, lived there and then moved down to Fort Worth. And everywhere I've gone, I remember the night my dad did my ordination at First Baptist Keller. He said that everywhere I've gone, the Lord has given me a family. And that's very true. And to the Masons and the Mosleys and all of you guys, every time I've come down to Alabama, I've felt very much like a part of the family. And it means a lot for you guys to bring me to Thanksgiving and do Christmas stuff and just all the holidays, birthdays and all that. It really means the world to me. So Marty and Amy, I love you all. It's just unbelievable that you would just let me marry Anna. She really is. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. I remember the first time I heard the name Anna Mosley was the summer of what would have been 2018. And my mom and dad, they just kept talking about Anna Mosley. And for 7 years, I heard the name Anna Mosley. And then one night, I was like, there's got to be something to it. Let's see what it is. And 2 months later, we had a ring on it. And so there was really something to it. She's amazing, though. I love her and could not be more thankful to be marrying her tomorrow and to celebrate it with all of you guys. Really very much family to both of us. So thank you guys for being here. Also, one other name that just popped in my head, Kevin helped us move. He helped me load a box truck one day. That he hunted for a while too. Yeah, that was cool. He came over. So just so many people along the way have come in and what's that, Andy? Cool. Oh, and my mom and dad. I thought that went without saying. No, my mom and dad like I said, they've loved Anna every day of my life. They've put forward a picture of what a godly marriage should look like. They walked away from what I think a lot of us would consider the American dream to go and do a very thankless work in a very, very hard place. And they really are my heroes. And I know Anna loves them a lot, and that has meant the world to me. That Anna thinks of my parents like her own, and they think of her like their own. My mom's crying, so I'm gonna look over here now. But like I said, all of you guys are family. It means the world that you guys would be here for us. Tomorrow is going to be, I'm sure, a little bit of a whirlwind, but I took a few moments tonight to just look around at the bridal party, and I guess the guys are bridal party too, just to look around at everybody and say, man, it's just amazing to have this group of people here with us on a night like this for an occasion like this. So very much love you all. Thank you.
Anytime growing up, I always thought about my wedding. The most exciting part for me was just, even though I didn't know who I was going to marry, just having everyone that I love together in the same place. And I just think about how, obviously tomorrow night will be that, but tonight is just, each of you are just a part of such a special group of people in our lives. I have all of my friends, and thank you for the ones that shared memories, and I just treasure each of you. I know some people are not blessed to have friends that love the Lord and spur you closer to Him and encourage you, worship with you, and I have that in y'all. So y'all have seen me in some tough moments, through job changes, through loneliness, through being an independent woman when you just want a man. And then my family, of course, y'all have been such a support to me. We have so many fun memories, and I just treasure the closeness that we have every holiday, through the picture books that we looked through this week, like all of the beach trips, all of the memories, the birthday parties, the wedding arch moments. It's just so cool how we have had all of these moments together. And then my parents, of course, I'm just so thankful for. This is the church that I actually grew up in, so just coming here, how nostalgic it is to know that my parents were faithful in being obedient to bring us to church, to show us how important it was to love the Lord and to live for the Lord, and the example of your marriage that you've been. And then to Jenna, my little sister, who we're always told we look alike, but we're polar opposites. Even though we're polar opposites, I've just loved to see how you've grown and matured and become one of my closest friends. So, and then to all the new people that I've met. I met Jeff and Shelly in 2018, as they've already said. And I remember one of my friends that's not here tonight, she also lives in Alaska now, but Hannah, me and her just prayed and prayed and prayed for where the Lord would have me serve mission-wise throughout the summer, my last summer of college. And I looked through very different opportunities, and then I met Jeff in 2017 on the 1-week trip, and I told him this yesterday, I loved being the first one to volunteer to get on the bus with him to ride around and pick up the kids in the village, because I just loved being able to hear his wisdom and his experience that he shared, and just the story behind how they dropped everything and moved across the country to be obedient to the Lord. And then the next summer, Shelly picks me up from the airport and doesn't even know me, but lets me move in with her for 3 months. And it was just an instant relationship where we felt like I called them my Alaskan parents, and I was their Alabama daughter from Grassy, Alabama. And then as I've gotten to know Tyler, Candy and Carrie taking me into their home every other weekend pretty much. Yes, you kept us up late, but I just really appreciated the hospitality that you showed me, even though you didn't know me. And then the Norris family, getting to meet them, how impactful they've been to Tyler's life, and y'all just immediately took me in as part of your family as well. Each one of you are so sweet, and got to spend my birthday weekend with me, so it was such a fun time. And then all of the guys, even though I've not met you until tonight, most of you, he shared with me so many stories about y'all's fun times together and how each of you have had a different impact on his life. So some of you have heard this story, but others may have not. After we picked our wedding date, one morning we were doing our quiet time, our Bible reading together, and I had finished up and was looking at my bookshelf, and I pulled out my prayer journal from when I was in Alaska in 2018. I wrote a prayer every single day that summer, just talking about what we did, praying through the Lord, what he had done that day, what we were going to do. And so I just pulled that out and started looking at it, and I'm flipping through it, and I've been known to write prayers for my future husband, but on that date it said June 13th, 2018, and it was a 4-page prayer that I was praying for his character, his love for the Lord, his calling that he had, for the Lord to put friends in his life to spur him closer to him, for him to have mentors and leadership in his life. I know Keith has been impactful to you. He's not here tonight, but he'll be here tomorrow. For him to have opportunities to lead him wherever he was to be led to serve. And then just for him to be where the Lord called him to be. And 4 pages in, and I'm reading it, and I get to a line, and it says, I talked to Tyler Sulfridge for 1 or 2 sentences today. I don't know if he's who you have planned for me, but if he's not, and I prayed for his future life. So it's just a really cool story to see how 7 years later, here we are, getting married on June 13th. So it's a really cool story how the Lord has worked everything out for his glory and our good. So that's the reason we love that song so much that we're singing during the service. So we really just want to make tomorrow a day of thanking the Lord for his faithfulness and his goodness, and
the way that He's provided for us. Even though it might not have been in our timeline, we probably wouldn't have rather wait this long, but we know that this timing is so perfect. So thank you all for coming from all over the place to little bitty Anderson, Alabama to celebrate with us, because the Lord is so good and He deserves the praise for this. So we just thank you all for being here.